And we're live. And as you folks can see, we got, as always, Cranky Rider himself, Matt Trin,
Yep. Hello, everyone.
and our guest of honor, Andrew Anderson. He's a bit preoccupied at the moment, but we'll be getting back to us as soon as he's done. And so, yeah, how are you doing tonight, Matt?
I am doing pretty good. I've announced a comic project that's going to be going to production. It's going to be a one shot for my series Mythics, which will connect that series with Brett McGowan's Changeling and Dan Tachero's Adobe Kroger.
Nice. I know the trying to remember everything about Brett's Changeling comic, other than like not gonna act like I can remember everything other than the fact that it's a lot of it's based off of Celtic heritage. The character's very unique, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I don't want to remember too much about these things because, quite frankly, that if you will kills the luster.
Yeah, yeah. But it's interesting how sometimes creative people's minds can connect without ever talking to each other. Because what caused this charity world to happen was Brett came to me about looking for advice on his script and the formatting. I read it over. We got talking about the project, and right after I told him what was wrong with the formatting and what he got right. And so we started talking about what inspired us for our comics, and we just realized, hey, this will be a good shared world. And then we brought in Dan after he gave us a link to pick up a copy of the audiobook version of Adobe Kroger, and that's been pretty well too.
Nice.
Yep.
Maybe I should have. Well, I already know. Like it's gonna end up changing. I got a lot. I've got to change on the script for Raziel, but maybe I should have you look over that and tell me what all's wrong with it as well.
Yeah. Well, and you also want to have it be part of that universe as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, granted, it doesn't have to be like all up in your face level part of it, but a part of it.
Yeah, we could probably File Delinquent has a story that he wants to put together.
Nice.
Yep.
But all right, I guess while waiting on Andrew, let's start. Let's get on to one of the topics of the evening, which is EVS leaving Comicsgate. Can I be honest and just say I kind of saw this coming?
Yeah, I did too. I mean, I can't wait until he starts using the Comicsgate as a hate group line. To be honest.
I don't think he'll go that far, but I do think it's one of those. I think he's distant. As bad as it sounds, it goes into the whole situation with the war campaign guys, and like I've stated before, I talk to everyone. I'm trying to get everyone working together. I'm trying to get everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the same page. Because let's be honest, I don't care about your drama. What I care about is comic books being good and us not being balkanized by stupid, petty little differences.
I didn't realize my mic was still muted.
Oh, you're fine.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Andrew.
So, what's your comment or your thoughts on it?
Thoughts on the war campaign and EVS leaving? First off, I don't know what a war campaign is. So I'm going to plead ignorant to that. As far as EVS, He's a capitalist. He's got to do what he needs to do. So,
Very true. But like I said, for me, it's one of those. I look at it as I'm trying to get everyone to stop the infighting, start working together, and as bad as it sounds, I feel like the. I guess you could say that everyone's more worried about the drama, the mystique, the whatever, the fifis.
That's
And-
why. Gone. Sorry.
And I was just saying, and it's really starting to get in the way and blocking everyone's vision of the big picture, which is, hey, this is about making comic books awesome again. This is about preserving comic books, driving out people who put ideology above good characters, good art, and good writing.
As well as professionalism and the pros.
Exactly. But please continue.
Yeah, well, I think that's the reason why internet movements have a 100% failure rate. It's the movement loses the ball on what they want way too quickly.
Well, when I came into it, I didn't really know about the way the pros are being, except for Mark Waid. I'd heard about how he had done DNC.
Oh yeah.
But for me, it was when I came in, I wanted comic books to be awesome again. I wanted to be able to come, get back to, I guess you could say, like the X-Men being the X-Men again. Captain America being Captain America again. Like, I was already pissed off at DC because at the end of the New 52, they had made it to where Lois Lane had dimed out who Superman was. Superman had lost his powers, all this, that, and the other. And it was like, well, I don't want to read this shit. And then at the same time, you have Marvel putting my social justice before good storytelling, before anything else. And, like, I thought, like, prime example, Riri Williams, I thought was going to be a good character, was going to be a good opportunity to create new characters, make them interesting, and allow for the expansion of the universe. I'm all for making new characters. That's when I sit there and bitch about race swapping and palette swapping and this, that, and the other. One of my biggest complaints is, why don't you just make a new character? A whole new character. Because when you do that, like, I'm sorry, I'm all for people adding to the mythos. Like, that's always been my thing. Add to the mythos. Don't change it. Don't take away from it. Don't make me hate the very thing that I've always loved. But we're dealing with postmodernists and Marxists who that's all they know how to do is destroy. They don't know how to create. They don't know how to build. They just know how to destroy.
What?
that's why I'm building. Perfect segue to talk about my book, The Knox.
Of course.
Out there now on Indiegogo. It's about a bunch of Vietnam vets who tried to break into Fort Knox.
So
It's a lot of fun.
that's what it's about, huh?
Yeah.
Now you have my attention. Basically, it's a heist book, basically.
That's exactly what it is.
Huh. That might actually be interesting. Like, so tell us more. I mean, come on.
I mean, you've got a bunch of disgruntled war vets who feel that they got a bad lot. They didn't get what they deserved. And then so they decided to take back what they feel they're owed.
All right. I take it takes place in the 70s, like mid to.
Yep. Very much so.
All right. That actually gives you a lot of leeway.
It does.
So, any particular themes you're planning on pursuing? Tropes, things like that?
As far as themes, just fun action adventure. You know, everything you've come to expect from me in Gears and Bones, and some new territory explored in this, as far as like comedy, seriousness, you know, drama. It's got it all. It's an action movie, all wrapped up in 60 pages of glorious comic goodness. We've got former Batman and Daredevil artist Ron McCain on it with me. We've got legendary comic artist Dave Dorman doing a cover for us. We're going to be on newsprint, and I just got some guitar picks made for it.
Awesome.
So, hold on, I've got a picture of him.
Oh, word. Avid comic reader says Gears and Bones was good. So
yeah, Avid comic reader sent me some great messages about it, and I learned from them. And so those lessons are going to be applied in the Nox.
Oh, Avid's pretty much helped me with my script. I'm working on making a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of changes. It's more streamlining. I think that was my big issue. I had pretty much too much exposition. So
Yeah.
if he helped you out, I know you're in good hands because
Well, it was harder with Gears because it's a finished product. But with the Nox, I have the ability to learn from that.
Okay.
Because it's not finished yet. So.
Well, either way, right now you're sitting at 1190 with a month left on your IGG.
Yes. If we hit 2,000 tonight, Ron will draw a picture of Doug Tenepel getting a bath from Mike Miller.
Well, there you go. Come on, folks. Let's make this happen. This should be funny. I'm all for furthering that comedy.
So, because apparently Doug's hands are dirty. I don't know why I missed that, but I thought it was funny. So we talked about it last night. We're going to try and do it. So if we hit 2,000 tonight, we'll do it. Random backers every $250 are getting a free sketch of their choice.
Nice.
So.
Well, that's awesome. I will say, I mean, just looking at the art from what you have on the IGG, it looks really clean. And is it going to be strictly black and white, or is it going to be colored?
If we meet our goals, then yes, it'll be in color. If not, it might be black and white. It really just depends.
Well, even with it just being black and white, it's still really nice looking.
Yeah. Well, Ron, like I said, Ron's worked on Batman. He's worked on Daredevil. So we're giving you a quality product. 60 pages of action gloriousness in one package.
So Avid answered your whole bit about Doug. He said Doug was on a stream and said he washes his hands maybe once a week.
Oh.
That's kind of nasty. That's kind of really nasty. What's up, Kenneth? And what's up, Humble Marty? I don't think I didn't see you there.
I don't want to shake his hand.
I'm not gonna lie, me either. I'm just kind of like that's nasty. I'll
shake Doug's hand.
Like, I'm good. You don't wash your hands much. No. I'm not a super germaphobe, but I'm kind of a bit of a germaphobe. So no, just no. Like, ew. Like, yeah. We're talking flashback to Vietnam level. Topical. I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
But I will say, I'm looking at the pick, and it looks really awesome.
Yeah, so this will be given out randomly. I'm going to do a small run of these. And then I'm looking at, it'll be this one, and I'm trying to figure out how to get that grenade so that we can do a limited run of the grenade ones as well.
That's what I was hoping you were going to do, because I think that would be awesome. Have the grenade in there with the Nox over it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking into. Or I have the grenade on the opposite side. These will just be. I did a small test run because it was affordable to do a small test run, and then I'll probably once the campaign gets closer, I'll do a larger run of both images. We might do a lapel pin of the logo and of the grenade too. It just really depends. If I can get the grenade up by itself, because right now it's part of the artwork that I have. That was the original promo thing we were gonna do. I think that was gonna be the cover for the trade.
Oh, nice! I like that.
When it was gonna be a regular book, but every backer will be getting a copy of this mailed to them.
That would be an awesome poster.
So we're gonna do it as a print and probably as a poster as well. So,
the only thing I would probably do differently is I would probably have like I'd probably have like a shot of jungle in the background, just so it's not a whole bunch of white. But that's me. I'm not telling you how.
Yeah. No, this was just like a teaser piece. So
still, it's awesome. It definitely conveys what you were trying to get across.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I love the blood splatter on the American flag too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, that's what the red in the American flag is actually supposed to represent, is blood spilt by American soldiers. So,
yeah, so we're doing that. We do have a tier to support our troops where they'll get copies as well. This is something I've been working on for 2 years, so it's not something like I just decided, hey, let's just put this out to make money. This is something that I've been working on since I started Gears and Bones as well. Unfortunately, my time commitments only allow me to do one project at a time.
gotcha.
So this is the next project.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, dude. But like I said, I've been seeing it about, and I was like, man, I wonder what that's about. Let me try to get him on.
If you click the link, you'll find out because it says right there at the top of the campaign. It's like the A-Team meets Ocean's 11.
I wanted to talk to you and learn. Just because of the fact that if I have questions, I would like them to be answered. Don't judge my method, damn it. Don't judge me!
All right. Yeah.
But, no, like I said, it definitely looks good. And now that I actually know about it, I can start, like I said, I'll do a Bob Jones pitch for it, or record that tomorrow. Like, have you had an opportunity to have anybody review it?
Not yet because it's not done. As soon as it's ready, we'll send it out. But I could only afford to pay Ron for the first 5 pages on my own.
Gotcha.
So I paid Ron for the first 5 pages out of my Gears and Bones salary. And we're doing because this was supposed to be a Guardian Knights in-house property. And then I decided I want to do it on my own. This is the way to do it. We've got these awesome things right here. They're going over their mission. It's action-packed. So
that's awesome. And the thing that gets me the most about it, there's a little something you said. You want to make it fun. Mm-hmm. And in today's day and age in comics, that means everything. If it's not fun, it's just, pretty much like everything else within comics at this point.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. This story has a beginning, middle, and end. Part of the reason why I wanted to do it on my own was because I didn't want anybody to say, hey, we want a sequel and we're doing it with or without you, because some of the publishers are like that you sign deals with.
Mm-hmm.
Guardian Knight's not like that. But let's say Guardian Knight wasn't able to put the book out, or Antarctic Press, and I signed a deal with another publisher, and it became a runaway success. And in that contract, I wanted full control over the project.
Oh no, that makes perfect sense, because that's your baby, not someone else's. The other people, it may just be a paycheck, but to you, this is something that you put your blood, sweat, and tears into, and you want to make sure that it lives up to the standard that you feel it is worthy of.
I want to make sure it lives up to the standard that I feel my fans are worthy of, and my future fans are worthy of.
That makes sense. Matt, you got anything for him?
Yeah. Just that it all sounds really good. That you've got a great policy with how you're putting the fans first, as well as the future fans.
Yeah, I mean, that's everything to me. Like, that's why I try to stay away from politics and all that, because I don't want to alienate someone just because of something I've said. I'm sure you can go dig up stuff that I've said politically in the past. I am a political person, but I don't let it dictate my Twitter feed. I don't let it dictate my Facebook feed. I don't let it dictate my Instagram feed. That stuff is for my fans to see what I'm working on, to see what I think is cool.
I agree with that. It should be kept professional.
Oh yeah. Not hey, I respect anyone who tries their best to not be overly political. Like I mentioned to you while waiting to go live, that's kind of part of my shtick. Is this channel is partly a news and politics channel.
Well, let me put it this way: my fans don't care about what my politics are.
Which is how it's supposed to be.
They have their own views. I have my own views. And at the end of the day, if our views are aligned, great. If not, it's no big deal. I'm not going to try and go out and convert them. I was reading an interview with one of my favorite rock stars, and they asked him what kind of shoes he wore. And he said, that's like asking Michelangelo what kind of paints he used to paint the Sistine Chapel. It's irrelevant to his art. Because at the end of the day, it's what you create.
Yeah.
So.
No, and it's the best way to put it is you can't tell, like you said, you can't really tell an artist how to be an artist. An artist has to do their own thing. They can't be creative if they are feeling constrained.
Yes.
Yep.
So I completely understand that. And that's one of the best things about the medium when it comes to comics is it's such an artistic medium, and it's not just like, for instance, I suck at drawing, but I apparently suck at writing too, but I'm getting better, damn it. Getting better. What's up, Mecha? We have a Mecha in the chat now.
Oh, you might be interested in my next book. It's called The Metal Devils, and it's about the Second Vietnam War and giant robots.
See, I do love me some giant robots. I'm all about that big giant robots fighting other big giant robots. Have you heard of BattleTech?
I have.
Just saying. I have a bag of dice that is itching to be used. That's what makes it so sad. Is I don't have people to play with. Not that I have books or anything.
Well, the new game is pretty fun, I might say.
Oh, the PC game? Well, you can get it on console too, but yeah, dude, I saw that and I was like, oh, it reminds me of like the old, like Final Fantasy Tactics meets the Front Assault games. I think that's the right name, the name of those games.
interesting thing is
Go ahead.
interesting thing is that you could have light mechs win against an Atlas.
Actually, depending on how you have your light mech set up, that you can have a light mech win against an Atlas. Buddy mine had a mech set up that was basically a running man that just had a, I think it's a PPC on it. Called it the running PPC.
Yeah.
Sup, DC?
Hey, DC.
Hey, DC. We're talking about robots in Vietnam.
Yep.
Which, yeah, that would be gangster. That would have made the Vietnam War go way different. I'm just saying.
Oh, it's going to be way different in the second one. I talked to Kelsey Shannon about it. He hasn't signed anything, but he's interested.
So is it like basically the same universe or
Nope.
nope?
Something.
Alternate reality type deal?
Well, it's the second Vietnam War, so it's a
Okay.
future sort of thing.
Like we didn't learn the first time.
Yeah.
Like, just saying.
It's military science fiction sort of thing.
Hey, that works. I definitely will say that, like I said, we should have. Hold up. The DC Fans
wait.
United. All I know is Dr. Manhattan won the Vietnam War for us.
That is absolutely 100% true.
And that probably would be true if we had someone like Dr. Manhattan working for the government during Vietnam.
I mean, you don't know about the you don't know about The Watchmen being the greatest documentary ever made.
Yeah. Can't say I've heard of that.
All right, explain.
It's a documentary. Like,
Yeah. It's a joke. Bob.
It's a joke.
Okay, I was like, how is it I was confused. I was like, I've watched documentaries a lot. How is it okay, explain this. Like, no. There's a streaming service all about that's all for documentaries. It's called a Curiosity Stream.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I want it. I want it so bad. It's like, type deal. Because I'm all about learning. I won't watch regular TV, but I will spend countless hours watching documentaries, like it's going out of style.
If it's interesting, I'll definitely watch it too. But how we get to this conversation?
He mentioned Watchmen was the best documentary ever. Okay, talking about robots in Vietnam. DC fans made a comment in chat about Dr. Manhattan winning us Vietnam. He made a comment about Dr. Manhattan, or not Dr. Manhattan, but the Watchmen is the greatest documentary ever. I was confused. Yeah. I may have followed the conversation a little too hard. I do that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I think you might be in Bob Jones's mindset a little too much.
Well, according to the vote, people want the triggering to be entirely Bob Jones now, so...
R.I.P. your voice.
Oh, yes. I do too. It's like, I'm gonna be hurting. That's all I gotta say. The DC fans have been watching a lot of nature docs on YouTube lately. Nice. Granted, I'm more about like history and definitely a lot of like astrology, physics, things like that. That's more of what I like to watch.
I like watching stuff about North Korea.
It's
So-
interesting. Go
Go
on.
ahead, Matt.
No, it's,
Yeah, I watch documentaries about North Korea.
yeah, it's interesting how North Korea works, since they probably should have collapsed a long time ago.
China's propping them up,
Yep.
Yes.
buying their coal. That's why we that's getting too far political. I'm not going to go into it. Anyway, the Nox is available on Indiegogo. You should totally go check it out. At $2,000, we're drawing a picture of Mike giving Doug TenNapel a bath.
Oh,
I
well,
was-
I thought that was if it reaches it tonight.
Yes, if it reaches it tonight.
So, if you haven't backed it, back it already. If you have already backed it, back it again.
In $60, we're giving away another free sketch.
Nice.
Will Mike be in a hazmat suit?
I don't
He
think.
probably needs it.
No, he's going to be dressed as Jesus.
Oh boy.
That's actually kind of comical. I like that.
Yep.
And this is why inside jokes are fun. I'm still trying to figure out what the whole inside joke, what started the inside joke about Jim Healis and box wine.
He just really likes boxed wine, man.
Yep.
They're like giant Capri Suns.
Okay, okay, I'll get to take your word for it. I don't know. I didn't know anyone liked boxed wine, but
It's
Oh,
delicious.
Some people have their vices.
I've always been one for if I'm going to drink wine, it's got to be the real stuff. But granted, at the same time, I don't drink wine.
Okay, so Humble Marty just asked, "Hazmat Jesus?"
yes, hazmat Jesus.
Hashtag that right now with the Nox thing.
Oh, I'm on it.
Oh, there's no might. This is so happening. This is so happening. Let's see. Get the link to your IGG. Jesus a thing. Oop, no space. And doop, doop. I keep forgetting I can't just press enter on Twitter. The one downside to Twitter is I can't just be like, type it out and then enter. Be done with it.
Yeah, it's Twitter, so you have to do Control Enter.
Wait, that's the quick way of doing it? Control enter?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Like, either way. Shame we couldn't get like $1 bins to join us. I think that would have been awesome.
Oh, yeah. Haven't-
Oh, by the way, Dollar Bins is getting a free copy of the book if we get funded too.
Nice. See, that's another reason to go to the Nox and back it. Because we need to get some more of our angry bear, our bat bear, and things being in full effect. I don't know. I think I do a pretty good dollar bins.
When Tank is sick, he sounds a lot like Dollar Bin.
Yes, he does. Except with a South African accent.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. I gotta get going because I've got some stuff to do. Don't forget to check out the Nox, please. I'm thankful so much for having me on.
Oh,
I gotta go because I gotta go divide up some meat for later.
No problem.
dude.
Happy to talk to you.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on. I look forward to coming on again. I can probably do this again sometime next week. So thank you so much.
Alrighty, dude. Talk to you then.
All right. Bye-bye.
Later. Well,
And now there's two.
Now there is two, and we are weaker for it.
Yep.
We are down a man. DC,
Ah, well.
you have a link. You should join us. I was kind of hoping Dollar Benz would join us just because he hasn't been on the stream in forever, but
Yeah, it's been a long time for a lot of people too.
right. I shot Troy a link hoping he was going to be free, and your friendly neighborhood ninja too.
Yeah, I'm surprised Ninja's not here.
Yeah, like I expected him to be like, yeah, I'll be in. Oh, Jim Hillis is like, you are weak.
I'm guessing it's over the box wine.
It probably is. Sure, I'll just say yes and nod. How does that sound? Yeah, definitely. Yes and nod. I'm just kind of like, I still say the whole box wine thing is like, eh.
If
I
I
like,
join, you'll have less viewers. I don't think that's true, DC.
we might have more viewers.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. We all know I have such an amazing personality. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I hope Dollar Bin Reviews is doing okay. Yeah. It's just, let's be honest. Like, to kind of hop back on the whole original bit with the EVS and the war campaign and various things of the such, it's just one of those, I guess you could say he was one of the first to really become disenfranchised with Comicsgate. Granted, I've always said I'm more Comicsgate aligned, but I try to, at the same time, not judge people for being Comicsgate and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I don't judge it them either. We all have different ideas what should happen, but I think that it's not worked on to have the comic pros be more professional, where they have to watch what they say on social media. Then we're going to have Comicsgate 2.0.
I still say the biggest problem is we allowed ourselves to be balkanized. Like, we got broken up into camps, like we were all doing good, and then everybody started siding with people and this, that, and the other, and it's like, and you're seeing it continue on too. It's like the whole bit with Tim Lim, Nurkish leaving a cash grab.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of people who was looking forward to that, and there was a lot of promo art for it that would have been, and I'm not going to say how true this is, but I've heard two different sets of things coming out about it. And part of it is some are trying to say that Nurkish was it was all because of Nurkish. Actually three. Some are saying it had something to do with Nurkish. Some are saying it had something to do with the war campaign. And the other thing I've heard is it had to do with basically Nurkish and Tim Lim refusing to co-sign being Comicsgate. And it's like, who cares?
If it's anything, I think it might be a little of all the above.
Good possibility.
It might be, because that's usually what the truth tends to be.
Right. Well, for me, it's like, it just further reinforces, like, all y'all are doing is pushing people more towards Peter Samedi, which I'm not going to complain about. I like Peter. He seems like a really cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'd love to have him on sometime.
If he's not too busy. I mean, you see the tweets about how busy he is.
Dude, his tweets are packing comics, still packing comics, packing more comics. Hey, I'm finally getting to the end of the comics that everyone ordered. Oh, wrong again. Wrong again. Like,
Yeah.
I'll sit there and say that basically, like, for me, I could tell that Peter's getting to that point where he's like, okay, guys, good. Let me at least have a break. Let me have a break. No, when I got my comics in, I'd ordered Mother Russia 1 and I ended up with 2. Not gonna complain. I'll just eventually, when I get the money, get Mother Russia 1. I'm just saying that shows. Go ahead.
Oh well, you can go ahead. I can wait.
I was just saying that just goes to show that Peter's burning the candle at both ends.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
Like, oh,
So,
wow. Go ahead.
So right now, Brian Ball has a guy who offered who's basically going around promoting rags to everyone, and he's doing such a great job at it that they went from, I might be wrong, but it went from 3,000 a month to 4,000 in a week. And so, because of what Brian's been saying, I've been putting as rewards for the per month, he's now living the Pierce May life.
Nice. Hey, Brian, man, I'll tell you what, I swear that man doesn't sleep either, dude. He's either
I don't think so.
like he's active duty.
Yeah.
And so that means he's already having to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to make sure to, especially being second, he's a sergeant. So that means remember, he's a staff sergeant. So he's got soldiers under his command that he's got to, make sure doing their job. Are there for PT and so on and so forth. So he's got to be up at 4, make sure, like, not just go to PT, make sure everyone's there for PT, go home, get cleaned up to be back on base, ready to go. I think like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Depends on the unit, mind you. Gets out of there about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then from that point on, he's pretty much working on rags until it's time for him to get up to, until he goes to bed. Maybe gets like 4 or 5 hours sleep and gets up and does the whole thing over again.
Yeah, that's also depending on whether or not he's got drama to deal with.
Like I said before, like I said in my, I think it was like the 3rd episode of The Triggering, where I, pretty much said how I feel about everyone, how they're reacting with the whole things going in Comicsgate. It's like, look, like everyone who has a problem with Brian, Paul, and Braggs, get over it. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Same thing with, but at the same time, live and let live. And that goes for Brian. That goes for everybody. Live and let live. Drop it. We don't need the drama.
The thing is that he did apologize for the Bag of Dicks comments too.
Oh yeah, and I respect him for that. I'm just saying that we're not. That's what I'm saying. It's not just him. It's everybody needs to stop letting their fifis get the better of them, and just be like, all right, look, let's be adults about this. Like, let's make sure that we are doing our best to try to give the best experience to those who are new to Comicsgate or being Comicsgate or Comicsgate aligned, who are. That's hilarious, Matt. Anyway, I said that's hilarious, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
But the main point that I have in my head when it comes to everything that is in the realm of Comicsgate is, in order to be effective, we have to be willing to basically put our pride aside. It's not always like, prime example, since he's in the chat, the thing that happened with Jim and all the drama he received. 5 minutes, like not getting mad at Jim, asking him what the context was and everything. and resolving that situation. And that whole situation that he ended up in could have been resolved. 5 minutes worth of talking. Actually hearing him, not just... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I
go ahead.
well, I think that everything going on that happened with Rags has been. I think that's pretty much ended now tonight. Last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, but it doesn't change the fact that it took months for that to finally be smoothed over. Took months for people to finally be like, all right, and just drop it. When most of this, it's like, that's why I mentioned, like, with the whole war campaign bit, that EVS, he is responsible for him. They listen to him. They follow his lead. They do their own thing, yes, but they also do follow his lead. And like I said, I know y'all don't like him. I was actually trying to get Ro on a meeting of the minds. He was willing to do it. But I know y'all don't like him. So it's like, me trying to be a peacekeeper, it puts me in a bad spot.
Yeah, but honestly, the whole thing with Ro is that he reminds me of too much of the Crowd and T situation where he had a doxing server, and it's just no, I just can't handle him.
And you are more than, I get to say, more than welcome to your own opinion. You're more than welcome to not like him. I'm just, like I said, I'm just trying. My whole thing that I want to do is get everybody working together, get everybody, keep everybody's eyes on the big picture. That this is about making comics awesome, making comics great again, making comics what they can be, an awesome medium for many perspectives. You know, and that's my big thing. I never said that the far left couldn't have their voice in comics. I just feel that everyone else also should have their voice in comics, and that comics should be all about showing all perspectives or no perspective, if that makes sense. Yeah. Oh, God. I don't know how you... Yeah. But, but, you know, and that's my big thing. I know we can do better as, you know, and that the industry would thrive more if, instead of allowing ourselves to be caught up in petty squabbles and whatnot, if we were just, hey, fuck it, who cares?
Yeah, but I've seen how EVS dealt with people who brought up their concerns about War Campaign, and a lot of them were customers of his, and he handled them in a way that was very SJW Pro, dealing with a critic.
Yeah,
there was contempt,
and he should be called out for it.
Yep. What the problem is, they isn't, and that's why I think that if Comicsgate continues as it is, where it's just all about making money rather than keeping the pros professional, we're going to be back in the same situation, not too far off in the future.
Oh, I completely agree. I really do agree. And I find it to be a problem. It just, like I said, and I know everyone who watches the streams and whatnot, they are all fans, and they just want what's best for their comics, not just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's a difficult, I guess you could say it's a difficult rope to walk. Too much to either side and you fall over, and you're just trying to stay right in the middle, and it's like, it's not easy, it's frustrating, and it's a shame, really. It really is. Like, you know, but at the same time, I will say I do support EVS stepping back from Comicsgate a bit. You know, I think he should stop trying to showcase various IGGs. No, I think what he should do is try to take on more IGGs and introduce people to more books. Like, imagine if, how many books that didn't get funded that were great, like they looked like they were going to be good comics and whatnot, that didn't get funded, all because they didn't kiss Spring.
Yeah. Though, to be honest, I think that because he engaged with the SJWs, his name isn't going to be. He's not going to be someone that indie creators who want to appeal to all audiences. He's not going to be someone they're going to go for.
And I completely agree with that. Like, no lie. It's just I just wish we had the ability to keep it from falling apart, like I feel it's doing now.
I think the biggest problem with internet movements is that they are often mistaken for communities. A community is there to last. A movement is there for the short term.
And I can see that. But for me, it was just, I believed that I didn't feel that it was just a movement. I felt it was both a movement and a community, in the sense of we were all people who enjoyed our comics and wanted to continue to see comics thrive, or I should say, see comics thrive once more, and continue to see comics be there for another, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
80, 90 years.
Yeah, but if a movement goes on for way too long, it starts splitting communities.
You do have a valid point there. You do have a valid point. But all right, I will say we should get close to wrapping up, because DC Fans United is having a stream this evening.
Yep.
And his guests tonight will be, give me a sec, I had the thing popped up. Just want to get it back up again. He's having Switchpoint, Mega Gears, Nerdette, himself, Matt Invictus, Captain Frugal, Unranked Chevron. Now, I do believe someone did have to cancel, so I'll be filling that slot as well. So I'll be there. So definitely, you folks should check it out. If you've tuned into any of DC's content, there's generally good conversation to be had.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Definitely, you should go over there and check it out. And if you haven't subscribed while you're there, you should subscribe to him at that time, because he does comic reviews and things of the such. Andy's a really good guy.
I've never had a bad interaction with him.
But all right, Matt, if you would give your closing pitch.
Okay, well, you can catch me at Matt Trin on Twitter. I'm the creator, writer of McKinnon Chronicles and Mythics. Indiegogo coming in January for McKinnon Chronicles. And I am going to have a Mythics one-shot pop up soon as a webcomic. So hopefully you'll check it out with that.
All right. And as always, I am your host, the one and only Bob Jones. You can follow me on Twitter at Brainiac420. You can follow me on Mind and Gab at Bob Jones Comic Wars. And you can find me on BitChute, if I remember right, at Bob Dolbot. So you should check me out on those areas. Sooner or later, I'm going to start having some BitChute exclusives. So definitely head over there and check it out. And we shall catch you folks later.